Venerable Thotagamuwe Sri Rahula was born in 1408 at Dimatana, an attractive and fascinating village close to Thotagamuwe in the Kigali district. He was named in lay life as Jayabakimayu. As a result of his mother Kiro Elkumari, the elder sister of Queen of Parakramabahu, who passed away in the first year of his birth, and his father Wikramabahu being ordained after a lapse of 2 years of his birth. He was taken by family members and well-wishers to the palace of Kote and was placed under the guardianship of King Parakramabahu VI, Siri Parakumba, 1412-1467. Having been educated under both his grandfather Uthriumularilithra and his uncle Wilgamulithra, he was ordained according to the Buddhist traditional rituals and was known as Vakasararilithra, 1425. In a short spell of time he procured a profound and wide knowledge in a variety of Oriental languages, and the following voluminous compositions written by him will adequately bear testimony to his inestimable erudition and intellectuality. Buddhagaj Jaya 1430, Virthamala Sandisaya 1435, Bharavi Sandisaya 1445, Salihini Sandisaya 1447, Koyaskaraya 1449, Panchikapradpaya 1457, Buddhapasadaniya 1480, Sarkaskada and Moyalu Sandisaya. It is recorded that Ven. Sri Rahula spent his prime of life at Thotagamuwe temple, and on account of this reason he was widely recognized as Thotagamuwe Sri Rahula. Vijaya Pirivana of Thotagamuwe in the Gal district served as the most popular center of learning about 9.5 centuries back. Thotagamuwe is a picturesque hamlet adjacent to Hikoduwa town. King Vijayabahu 1055-1110, was instrumental in inaugurating this extensively acclaimed Vijaya Pirivana. It is the presumption of our historians and archaeologists that this edifice would have been a 5-storied building and a dominant institution of education equivalent to a university where diverse subjects were in the curriculum, including the Tamil language. It is assumed that this monastery was later renovated and refurbished as a 2-storied structure by King Parakramabahu of 1302-1326. Thotagamuwe Sri Rahula succeeded as the chief prelate of the most reputed and renowned Thotagamuwe Vijaya Pirivana, followed by Uthriumularilithra and Galathurumula there. He was a multilinguist, Shadbasha Parameswara, and a lettered Oriental scholar par excellence, and was competent in reciting the Tripitaka, the 3 divisions of the Buddhist scriptures, by rote. Sri Rahula was also a distinguished author, veteran astrologer and a proficient Vedic physician whose reputation pervaded beyond our shores. Relating to the latter part of his life there are 2 legendary versions. After rendering an inestimable and monumental contribution at Vijaya Pirivana, he passed away peacefully. On hearing this distressing and agonizing news, the villagers inhabiting around the temple flocked in their thousands to bestow their last homage and reverence. Fearing a possible transference of this mysterious holy body, supposed to have growing hair and nails, by the Portuguese, 1505 to 1658, to some other locality, the villagers had concealed the mortal remains at Ambana Ndrugiri cave close to El Pitia in the Gal district for safety and security. The second rendition is that he had departed Vijaya Pirivana and had resided at a Pagoda temple at Monaragala and Dikwela for a brief period, and finally settled down at Ambana Ndrugiri cave surrounded by a mammoth woodland at that period, 1476. It is in the folktale and legend that he was also an exorcist who had decreed demons to execute manual labor work to intensify the protection and security of Ambana cave and the vicinity. In consideration of those facts, it can be assumed that his demise would have taken place during 1491. After a considerable length of time, on receipt of information about this mysterious and miraculous cadaver, a Portuguese team had approached in search of this grotto, and after 3 unsuccessful attempts, had taken control over the body and had prepared preliminary arrangements to dispatch the holy body to Goa in India. Saint Francis Xavier, who had arrived from Portugal to propagate missionary activities here, had participated as the leader of the expedition to shift the body to Goa. While on the journey he had suffered an attack of dysentery and had passed away. It is supposed that the participants of the expedition cremated him here and had interpreted that the body they were carrying was of St. Francis Xavier. Finally, this sacred body had been carried over to Goa and reposed at the Basilica of Bon Jesus. It is presumed that the venerable monk had consumed some medicament which was prepared by himself, Sidula Rasaya or Sidaloka Rasaya, before he breathed his last, and as a result it is surmised that his body would remain approximately till the year 4230. This fact is embodied in the final stanza engraved by him on a sheet of copper before his demise, which is depicted below. Christians too are in possession of similar legendary and historical factors to prove and establish that this cadaver is of St. Francis Xavier. Hence time is opportune to focus the attention of the officials concerned to get this bone of contention cleared and resolved, to ascertain whether this extraordinary mortal remains are of Venerable Sri Rahula or St. Francis Xavier. This is the space era, and it will not be an intricate task or a complicated exercise to establish by the application of modern technology and science whether this prodigious cadaver is of Asian or Western origin. The conspicuous and significant services rendered by Sri Rahula, especially in the poetical field, cannot be characterized in abridged form, as it is a Herculean task. Particularly the Sinhala Buddhist community owes a deep debt of gratuity to Venerable Sri Rahula for his multifarious and multiplex services.